Good morning to one and all. We'll continue the topic from yesterday's topic, the different methods of contraceptives to prevent conception. Now, we have already discussed the natural methods. Today, we are going to discuss about the barrier methods. So, barrier methods of contraception. In this barrier method of contraception, the major function of this barrier methods is prevent the ovum from meeting sperm. This is the major preventive. Or the sperm meeting the ovum is prevented in this method. That is, physical mating is generally prevented. So, the barriers are generally many types, like condoms, diaphragms, cervical caps, walls, spermicidal foams, jellies, etc. So here C, D, V, yes. Okay, if you remember this, you will get all the things related to the barrier methods. Here, condoms. Condoms are the male and female condoms are present. Male and female condoms are present. These are made up of rubber or latex. Rubber, which is made up of rubber or latex. They are disposable, means they can be eliminated. They are eco-friendly. As rubber is biodegradable, it is also eco-friendly, and they can be self-inserted. Self-inserted means the own person can insert himself, so it gives user privacy. User privacy means the single person or the couple can do by their own, no need of any other's help. And the additional benefit given by the condoms is prevent STD or AIDS transmission. And generally these are single use, and after that they should be disposed. The main brand which is easily available to each person is Nirod. Nirod is a brand of male condom which is mostly used in India. Nowadays many companies are there, but this is the famous brand. And female condoms are known as Femcon. Female condoms are called with the brand name Femcon. Femcon. So here the second one, diaphragm cervical wards, caps or cervical wards, diaphragms. These three are also made up of rubber or latex. So these are all having the properties of condoms. These are also having the same properties, but these are reusable. They are reusable, and generally these will prevent the entry of sperm to meet with ovum, and thus prevent pregnancy. Thus they prevent the pregnancy. So along with these two, if the male or male is using the spermicidal foams or jellies, so this kills the sperms. If you use the spermicidal foam or gel, applying on the penis, and afterwards inserting the condom into the penis, then it is having high contraceptive means. So a condom plus foam or jelly, it is generally very effective. Or diaphragm, cervical caps and walls, and plus foams or jellies is also very effective. But generally diaphragms, cervical caps or walls, they are generally inserted into the female, and there we cannot say that generally the chances of sometimes they may be broken during the jolt or coitus condition. So here also there is a chance of pregnancy is also there. During the jolt or high speed up, you can see that there is a chance of pregnancy, because the sperm, there is a chance to enter into the female uterine cavity, and there is a chance of pregnancy also. So generally these are the methods, but sometimes due to the human intervention or certain other conditions, there is a chance of pregnancy in these cases. The third one in the contraceptives is called as IUDs, means inside uterus devices. Inside uterus device. So here these are also called as intrauterine devices, as they are kept inside the uterus, and they are generally they are inserted by doctors or qualified nurses. So these are not by self-insertion, and they are generally by doctors or nurses. They should be kept, and These are kept in the only vagina of female. They are kept in the vagina of the female. These IUDs are of three types. These IUDs are of three types. First one is the first one of them is non-medicated IUDs. Non-medicated IUDs. The second one is copper releasing IUDs. Copper releasing IUDs. The third one are hormonal IUDs. Non-medicated IUDs, hormonal IUDs, CUD related. So what are these non-medicated IUDs? No medical or chemical composition present in them. They are called as Lippes loops. Means they are made up of some metallic non-reactive substance. They will be like loops. They are having the loop-like structures and are generally inserted at the closure of the vagina, that is the cervical cavity, and they will be opened the mouth. So this will be towards the vagina. When the male ejaculates the sperm starting moving toward the cervix, moving to the mouth, and they will be trapped inside this and they die. Means they will not cross these IUDs. As the opening is there, it will enter and they will die and they prevent the pregnancy. The second one are called as copper releasing IUDs. There are three types of copper releasing IUDs that are CUT, copper releasing IUD, Cu7, copper releasing IUD, and multi-load 375. So these are all the three copper releasing IUDs. These copper releasing IUDs will release copper ions. These copper ions will reduce motility of the sperm, that is movement of the sperm. The second function it does is fertilizing capability is decreased. Fertilizing capability is decreased. Fertilizing capability is decreased. They also increase phagocytosis. Increase phagocytosis, that is killing of cells, sperm cells. They increase the phagocytosis and they make the implantation is not possible, making unsuitable for implantation unsuitable. They make the implantation unsuitable, and also the cervix will hostile the sperm, means the cervix will not make the cross of the sperms, hostile for sperms, means the sperms will not move into the uterus, means the sperms will not move into the uterus and it is eliminated through the natural process. It is making that. And now coming on to the hormonal IUDs. Hormonal IUDs, they are generally like progesterone and LNG-20. So these are the hormonal releasing IUDs. Generally in the case of copper releasing IUDs, there are three types: CUT, CU7, multi-load 375. They release the copper ions, and these copper ions will make the motility of the sperm decrease and also decreases the capability of fertilization capability. And the other functions of all the IUDs, not only these, including the hormonal IUDs, is either they increase the phagocytosis, they make the cervix, uterus unsuitable for implantation, or they kill the sperm, or they does not make the movement of the sperm away from the cervix. So these are the essential features of IUDs, and generally IUDs are ideal contraceptives. Generally IUDs are ideal contraceptives for spacing the children. And they are mostly used in India. They are mostly used in India for spacing the children. Means those who don't want, they want to stop the children for 2 to 3 years. If you assume that they want to stop the children for 2 to 3 years, you can see that they can go for the IUDs. So IUDs will be having these characteristic features. These are the ideal contraceptives, spacing the children. But one of the important defects of this IUDs is they will not stop eggs. Sexual transmission of diseases, because it is a barrier method, but it cannot stop the STDs or AIDS. STDs or AIDS. The next method are called as oral contraceptives. Oral contraceptives. In the case of oral contraceptives, you can see that oral means mouth or oral cavity. So generally pills are used. Pills means medicinal chemical company, medicinal company. So the contraceptives or the pills which are taken by mouth are also called as oral pills. Means they will be taken by the mouth. They will be taken by the mouth, and they also prevent pregnancy. So generally, what are the compositions of these oral contraceptive consist of? Oral contraceptive consists of progesterone hormone, low doses. Low doses of progesterone hormone are progesterone and estrogen composition. So these are the combinations present in this. Combination of medical components present in this. So generally these are only used by females. They are generally used by females. So as they are only used in the tableting form, tablets, they are generally called as pills. They are generally used as the tablet form, they are called as pills. Generally, the major function of this is they stop, the functions of this is stop ovulation or inhibit, means stop fertilization, or if these two happen, they prevent implantation. But generally, the major function is they prevent implantation. That is the major function of this, and sometimes they kill the sperms. Kills the sperms also. That is the major function. And generally, what is the method of usage of this contraceptives? Generally, in the menstrual cycle, day 1, that is the menstruation, to day 3, their blood flow, menstruation, and followed by up to 13th day, 13th, 14th, 15th. These 3 days are called as ovulation days, but generally we discuss according to the ovulation is on 14th. This is theoretically, but technically or generally it may happen in any of these 3 days. And 28th or 29th day, the next menstrual cycle. So in these days, on the first day of menstruation, the females start taking the pill. First 1 day, 1, second day 2, third day 3, fourth 4, 5, 6, and up to 21 days, 21 pills. 21 pills. And from 22nd day to 28th day, 7 days, no pills. Means 7 days, they won't take any pills. On the 28th day, next menstruation. Again, on this day onwards, again 21 days, repeat. So like this, they will take the pills. As a result of this, anytime there is, if the female forgets, there is a chance of pregnancy. There is a chance of pregnancy. There is a chance of pregnancy. So here, this is also safest method, but there is certain times there is a chance of pregnancy also. And this can be also, so when there is certain chances, we can go for the injections. That is, either this can be used for the female or male to kill, suppress or kill ovum or sperm. This can be also done. This can be also done, and in the case of implants, generally these implants are done to the males below the elbow region. So this is also for males or sometimes females also, those who have chance of getting this oral pills. So there is one more called as emergency contraceptive. Emergency contraceptive. Yeah, emergency contraceptive means, so after the coitus for 72 hours, they are using of certain IUDs or implants or the oral pills can stop pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy. So these are called as emergency contraceptives. Next, this is how we can prevent the pregnancy. So, the last permanent method of contraception is sterilization or surgical method. So this method of contraception is completely permanent method. Generally, it is not reversible. It is not reversible. But in the case of these, so these are, when coming to the surgical methods of sterilization, surgical method of contraception by cutting or incision is called sterilization method. In this, it is done in the males and females. In the males and females, males it is called as vasectomy, vasa differentia cutting, and in the case of females it is called as tubectomy, vasa. So it is a method of sterilization method. In this sterilization method, vasa differentia in the case of males and fallopian tube in the case of females. So in the case of vasa differentia sterilization method, in the scrotum of male, small cut. So, a laparoscopy, a machine, a cut in the scrotum, and either incision or tying up of small, minute operation, micro operation, either by cutting the two vasa differentia coming from the testis or tying up the vasa differentia is done in the case of scrotum, in the case of males. And in the case of females, in the abdomen, a small incision entering into that and cutting or tying up of fallopian tubes is done, and as a result of that, the prevention of, so in a couple, either it can be done for a male or female based on the need, prevention of sperm meeting with the ovum is stopped. No fertilization, then no implantation. As a result of this, we can stop the surgery. So this is one of the effective contraceptive methods, but in the case of this particular method, we can see that there is a less chance of reversibility. Like in the case of 2006 tsunami in Chennai, so approximately government itself has recanalized the operation. Where the success rate was approximately 60%, highest to get children. This is done to get the children because this 2006 is considered to be the one of the worst time span, that is on January, December 26th. In Chennai, a tsunami came and almost the borders of the Tamil Nadu, most of the people killed because of the highest, the earthquake underneath the sea. As a result, 1,000 to 2 kilometers to 3 kilometers high tides came and almost they have been grabbed many people into the oceans. At that time, many people were dead. So, the government itself has done the recanalization operation, that is, reversing of tubectomy or vasectomy to get children is called recanalization operation. And in this is the safest method. Here, no chance of further pregnancy, but this is only for the people, those who want to stop the children forever. And this is a type of operation, surgical method. So it is a very highly effective method, but generally you see that these are all the contraceptives which cannot be forced, but they can be done by the individual perceptive which stop the reproductive functionality. But in the certain cases, when you see that when this reproductive tracts, when this reproductive contraceptives are used, they prevent the conception, and certain times if there are any side effects related to these contraceptives, you may feel nausea, that is vomiting cut-like sensation, dizziness, and vomitings, and other health factors. So, in certain conditions, generally while using the IUDs, we face this problem. So, these sometimes lead to the other health serious conditions. So, then we have to stop this. And generally, sometimes they can also cause contraceptives. Higher doses of these continuous usage may lead to the breast cancers and other type of cancers. So it is not advisable to each and everyone. Those who are suitable for that only they can use. And if any differences like these medical conditions, deviation from the medical conditions, we should stop that contraceptives if they are not suitable for the people.